I guess we're going to find out, and we will see who is actually going to be able to do this. We are looking at InControl versus Polaris. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's who we were seeing, but I don't have it in front of me because I lost my notes. So, we're starting off with one of my favorite maps of all times, Splatoon's on Macromart. I don't know, Dragon Nudo. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. Polaris, obviously taking one of those qualifying spots over Olive, I believe it was. So a shock one coming in. But Polaris they're a good team. They're recently formed. They're quite new, but they've got some standout players on that team, including Clown, who's a veteran, Zeraz, who's known to be a very good charger, and Orion, probably one of the best Western Tetris that's in the game at the moment. And that's it. 3 down on the side of Inc. There you go. I gotta remember the new sponsor names. And it's the capture's gonna go in the way of Polaris.
I think that took a really long time for Polaris to be able to take that zone once InControl went down, though. So I know this is something I say a lot, but they really need to focus on that zone. It's really good for your team to kind of push up and to be ready to take control into the other team's side, but if you can't focus on what the objective is, you're going to lose out on that, and that's something that I really hope Polaris is paying attention to.
Oh my god, what an interaction! I was just like silently enjoying that.
This is our first game of the day. We're in, 2 minutes in, and we already have plays like that?
That was incredible. That was some dodging around the hammer for way too long, and it's kind of just given the momentum to Polaris as they take 3 members down on the side of InControl and keep that zone control for just a little bit longer. Now, they have got a penalty, but it's not very big since their total's so high. So this is giving them an opportunity to catch up with that really dominant first push from InControl.
It certainly is. InControl, they are getting ready, though. You know, there's 2 specials up on the side of Polaris, so they're going to use them to defend the moment they have a chance to. Oh, Clown goes down before they could get the missiles out, though. That's not going to be very helpful. At this point, InControl is ready. They can't let the lead go over to Polaris. They do get control just in the nick of time. 1 point. Oh, my goodness.
1 point meme. And Simo going down, though, and Polaris do have their entire team up. They have the opportunity to quickly take this back, and they are going to do that. We're going to be able to put some more pressure on here. Oh, they lose one of the members, and that's Clown just taking that interaction here. And Simo in a tough position is Polaris not keeping that zone, however. I was just about to say, the zone timer ticks down, but they didn't have it.
Yeah, they don't have a big penalty again, so I think that this is going to quickly go back and forth here. We have 2 specials up on the side of Polaris again. Oh, no. And, okay, the missiles do get off. I'm like, somebody goes down. But no, the missiles got off. Charger went down with that special, which is unfortunate. And right now we have Simo coming back into zone using the Umbrella. Does get picked off. That was a strange splat.
Interaction.
Yeah.
I think the bullet jumped down, bounced off the top of the Tentabrola and took down Simo. But the lead again denied for Polaris. They're gonna have to go through that countdown one more time. 1 point meme yet again. They're 1 down on this, and Inc have an opportunity here to push back in, pick up all those kills and get that zone control that they want. But they haven't had for the whole middle section of this game. They are kind of working into it now, though. They got the hammer out. They're pushing them back.
Seems like it. The hammer is certainly going there. I'm not quite sure what they're going to be able to do here. They don't have a lot of time left, with almost... It's going to be really tight here because they're so close. They're about to continue and expand upon this lead. We only have 1 minute and 15 seconds left on this game, so they really have to pay attention there.
Huge pick from Clown, really opening it up, hopefully, for Polaris. They are getting into the zone. He's kind of alone here, gets taken down. That's 2 down on the side of Polaris, and that timer is going to finish off. And it's a knockout. First game going towards InControl.
Looks like it. I mean, they really have been doing so well so far, so I think that we are going to be able to see what they have next. InControl did take that first game. I think this is the moment, today are the types of days where you come in and you're hungry for it, you're ready to do everything that you possibly can to make sure that you come to play.
You're geared up. You're ready. You've gone through that first day. You've gone through that Swiss bracket, that tough gauntlet of 6 games. You've been fighting for this position, and you get in. You're here. You're ready. what do? You have to be in the right mindset. And I think, at least personally, because of the stakes of this tournament, they are going to be in that mindset. So we're going to see some incredible play coming out from both teams. I would say for Polaris, they've got a lot to prove here. They were the unaccounted for EU team coming through to today. So we'll see.
Yeah, we certainly will. And I can't wait to see what they decide to pick for this next one, because, in a playoff 4, I think it can get really dicey. If you have an opportunity to tie, then you're in pretty good shape for where you want to be, but it's not always as easy as it could be. So I think that, we're in pretty good shape. I think Tower Control, Surgeon Shipyard is going to be a good one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this map. Pancake is a stoic Splatling user, usually playing that backline, but with that Naught, which has become ever so popular as of recently, we're going to be seeing more of that, since he doesn't have much experience outside of those. Orion, obviously, also with the Tetras. I don't know if you can notice, but I know more about the EU teams. Know more about the teams that are going to end up winning today. So.
Well, I have to say, InControl is one of my favorites, and honestly, I'm rooting for him. So it's good that you're rooting for your side. I'm rooting for mine. Chat, you can root for your own. !donate in chat will allow you to donate to this prize pot and put it towards one of the teams that you would like to see win today. So I'm really excited. Right now, kicking it off. Looks like we have the first down going to the side of Polaris, but there's still a fight for tower here. Nobody's quite gotten there yet.
No, nothing's really coming out of this. It's the old duel in the middle. 2 down for Polaris, 2 down for either side at the moment. Zara's with a beautiful snipe there. And it's just keeping that neutral. I think this is kind of the issue with Sturgeon. It's when you want to push that tower, you really have to have that 4 down situation, because otherwise you're going to be stopped before that first checkpoint. Inc wanting to make something happen though, so they are going to try and start something up here.
Looks like they're working on it. Quake pushing forward a little bit. They are kind of close to that first checkpoint. Okay, now we have Dash on the tower, launching those missiles off of there. Somebody jumping in. Simo jumps in to kind of take control of that. But it's going to be hard to get through that when... Oh, no, they pick him off. Good. Dash up here, causing a nuisance. Coming around, a little distracted what's going on. Got the Stingray on them. Had someone else right there, too. Tower is going to reset to mid, though. Getting through that first checkpoint, that's pretty crucial.
Yeah, pretty big for the first minute of the game as well. So that's giving Inc a bit more confidence in the amount that they can move around, because they know that Polaris, even if they want to contest that point gain, have to get through that first checkpoint. Orion here pushing into the backside, taking out Biscuit, getting taken down by Quake though. So that momentum there maybe being shut down a little bit.
Ooh, I didn't even think that Charger saw them jumping. Perfect shot right there. Biscuit getting another great one though. This is a bloodbath. I don't know if I've seen 3 players up at the same time all game.
No, yeah, it's been one of those situations where there's like one goes down, the other goes down, another there's never an even fight going on. And it's flicking so often. I guess that kind of shows you that these teams are very even, and well, hopefully that means we'll get a tie. At least I'm hoping we'll get a tie. That makes for hyper sets,
That would be so much fun, honestly. And here we go. Polaris has taken the lead. They're pushing towards that second checkpoint. They do get taken out and wiped out for... Oh, Clown jumps in. Nope, not going to be able to stay alive. That was a rough jump, something you probably wish you hadn't done in the moment. But at this moment, InControl, they're going to push a little bit forward of this tower as Biscuit uses this bomb rush on there to kind of clear a little bit of a way. Simo causing some pressure. I don't know, Dragonudo. I think this is where it's really going to become a do-or-die moment, because if InControl can't get this lead right away, they're going to be facing some tough opportunity to do it in the last minute of the game.
Yeah, and you see Orion there being an absolute nuisance and completely halting that push, not even getting any picks at all, just being there and being annoying, getting them off the tower. I think that's what Tetris excel at as a weapon, and it's given Polaris that mid control and the ability to push forward, even without getting that many picks and that much of a man advantage on the field. Although InControl are coming back into mid and contesting that, obviously, because they have an equal 4v4 situation, and Pancake does go down, so Inc maybe 2 goes down, so Inc does have the opportunity here to make another attempt at getting that lead.
I think that jump out was also crucial, because Simo put that pressure on them. The player knew they needed to jump out if they wanted to stay alive. So this is where we're at. I mean, We're getting so close. All they need to do is touch this checkpoint right now. If Biscuit can play a little bit of game, they do. They are able to get the lead. They're right next to that checkpoint. They're on it now. Z's is over here trying to make sure that they don't take it, though, and they are going to stop them and allow the tower to reset back to mid, which will be very crucial for Polaris.
Yeah, now we're looking like a much tighter game. Just a minute left on the clock, 36-30. It could go either way here. They both have that tough checkpoint, so they definitely have the ability to make that push. We're gonna have to see like at least a wipe and a half coming out from either side to get any more past that second checkpoint here. And that mid is just hotly contested at the moment. It's just going back and forth. We'll see.
We will, and that's, to me, what you want to see. You want to see mid be contested over and over again. This Stingray that's coming out, trying to make sure Biscuit is taken out, doesn't quite get the pick they're looking for, so Biscuit is going to be on the ready. It's going to be a Charger v Charger battle at some point soon. I think we're looking at it right now. They're kind of ghosting each other. They know where everyone is, and they're making sure that they can get the picks they need.
Everybody's on the board here. It's a 2v2 situation. Zaraz is the one that's on the tower. He has to stay alive here. Does get taken out, so InControl are going to take that second game.
Ooh, man. I mean, look, I'm just saying, you're hoping for a tie because you don't want to see EU showing up, right?
Well, I mean, I expect you not to be showing up here. Okay, look. I'm not saying that the NA's bad, but NA's bad, and Polaris letting the side. No, I kid. I wouldn't say that. That's mean. It's a good match nonetheless. That's what we're saying. It's not. When it comes down to it, we're all in the same game. You know, a little bit holding hands around the world. The situation.
We are, and that's what's so nice about the Splatoon community. I say it over and over again. I love how supportive we are of one another, you know, and a great way to show your support is not only to be here in chat, not only to, if you're financially able to donate, but if you can come out and support some of the lands, the local events that we have. 2 huge ones that are coming up, G7 happening in California, and Breeze happening in London. Breeze! I am so excited for Breeze.
Oh my god, are we plugging this? Okay, that's one of mine. Oh.
I know, I'm plugging it because it's yours.
I can tell you all about Winter Breeze. Is in February. You're gonna love to come. It just comes out straight after the Sonic movie premiere, so we're gonna go watch that together as a group. Yeah, I know, it's gonna be great.
You are? Can I?
Yeah, we are. You can come too.
Okay, I'm in, because I am so excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. You get to come to the UK and experience the EU LAN, and EU LANs are, well, I wouldn't say they're better than NA LANs. I've been to NA LANs, I've been to EU LANs. They're on the same level, but the community, the feeling of going to a LAN, like as Melissa says, is amazing. It feels so good just to be hanging out with these people, you know.
Oh, I love it. I love being able to see people in person, to hug them, to take pictures. Can I tell you also, as a caster, it's the most humbling experience to me when a player has come up to me and said, hey, you're one of my favorites. And one of the reasons I love InControl so much, I'm sorry, I'm so biased, is at one point during SNS last year, Simo came up to me and he's like, hey, I'm Simo. And I'm like, oh my gosh, hi. And he goes, you're one of my favorite casters. I started crying. I hugged him. I'm like, you guys are one of my favorite teams too. And so this
that's what you want to see. That's adorable. Let's go Simo.
Yeah, it's so emotional to me. I love being here, and I can't wait to see what they do on this one. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be so much fun.
Well, I'm hoping Polaris take this one. Maybe you can bring us to that tie, give EU a bit of that back. But it's so nice going to LANs, and you guys should come to G7, Breeze. G7 especially, that's an endgame one, so you know you got to rep the side there. But we'll see how this match plays out.
Certainly. Ooh, Biscuit goes down really early, so I think that's going to be interesting here. Simo does pave the way with that Relic, gets taken out from the side.
Huge bomb there by Clown, really stemming the leak in the team's side, their ability to push, and we're going to see how that plays out for Polaris. They have an opportunity.
They have also painted pretty far ahead here. They don't quite have an even path that they might be looking for yet, but they are setting up to have that, and they're able to take another key player down. So right now, this is good. This could be a really strong push for Polaris. Dash is off to that right side, and I think that Polaris split a little too early here. Couldn't quite cover their Rainmaker carrier. and Orion is the only one up available. Nope, they go down too. So everyone's back at spawn for Polaris. A good opportunity for InControl to clear this Rainmaker out.
Yeah, let's just ignore the fact that Zaraz was the one that went into spawn with Orion there. You know, that frontline charger. It's nice to see. So Ink now with the ability to push 2 down on the side of Polaris. It's an opportunity.
Really is. It looks like Biscuit is using some of that Tent Umbrella. They decided to push a little further ahead with the hopes of gaining just to those 7 points that they needed to get that lead. But beautiful cleanup from Polaris, able to take out InControl and flip the Rainmaker back. I love this.
Yeah, good matches, good matches. So some control here coming out from Polaris, just setting up, getting ready. Pancake does go down, and it's 2 down on the side of Polaris. So 3 down. Okay, it's a reset. That's it. They didn't get much of an opportunity there. Ink shut them down quite handily. So going back to mid.
Looks like it. Biscuit is able to try to bring this Rainmaker back up, which is going to be helpful again. And they're paving the way here, but they have to be so careful. Hopefully Biscuit learned their lesson from last time and will stay behind that barrier. They do get the lead! 27 points.
But at the cost of their entire team, and yet another opportunity for... Oh wait, Simo's still around. He's just hanging out in the spawn. Kyle making the move. He jumps off the map. He's like, I'm not trusting that. That's Umbrella. That could take me out. So he's resetting that Rainmaker. Oh man, Simo. Okay, I see you.
Yeah, that was really cheeky Umbrella. Just like hiding in that corner. You don't quite know that they're there. And it was a safe move to do.
Ooh.
So far, yeah, I don't know whose this is going to be because they do have enough time to be able to get that back forward to the other side. InControl does have the Rainmaker, and they're trying to get a little more points on the board right now.
We'll see. Ink. Okay, that's what you got to do. You got to keep the pressure up. In it, people say like not to bring out my Bristolian accent in it from. I try and stem the accent here, but you want to see the aggression coming out from a team even if they have the lead. Like, if you just leave it in the middle or just try and play it defensively, that just opens you up to more opportunities for the enemy team to attack. And regardless of that, it looks like the opportunity is coming Polaris' way as Clown pushes in, takes out Simo. Doesn't matter though, the rest of his team taken down, and he's left alone in enemy territory.
Oh, that is so painful. Quake able to clean up Clown 2. And the Rainmaker, I think that they feel pretty good about where it's at, and they're going to just let it reset naturally because they don't exactly want to give Polaris an opportunity to take back mid and push it through as quickly as they could. Orion is doing a good job shocking over here, though. I don't think anyone knows that that's where he's at, so this is a very safe position.
Yeah, we'll see how he capitalizes on this. He's going for the flank. He sees Simo. Doesn't quite get him. Oh, wait. Oh, no, he gets the trade. Just about.
Nice.
Oh, Sarah is going down, though. Unfortunate. Still trying to be aggressive with that charger, and Dash goes off, taking out 2 members of Polaris, and just Clown left alive in the middle again. 40 seconds left on that clock.
Clown's in a good position for those jumps, though, and I think that this could be the do-or-die moment for Polaris. They need to be able to pick up that Rainmaker as soon as they can and push forward. There we go. Pancake picks it up and is able to get a little bit through mid, but no, InControl is pushing them far back. Not what you want to do in Rainmaker. You don't want to have to retreat at all, and just trying to find a way to get through some of this green ink that we see.
Yeah, we've got the opportunity here. There's only 10 seconds left on the clock. Pancake has still got that Rainmaker. It's a 2v2 situation. Simo on the high ground here, keeping an eye, and that's the Ray. Counter Ray comes out from Zeraz to stem that. He does manage to, so that's great. Pancake staying alive, just about. So the opportunity is still there. The rest of Polaris jump in. They're going to have to be really careful here. There's only a couple seconds left for Pancake to push in. He's got 20 seconds and does get taken down. So that's the game victory here for Ink, but we've got one more to come. It's a play or 4, I believe, so got our 4th match.
It is. I do have to say, as we wait for this counter pick to come in here, we were told from K-Bot over here that Kraken Paradise went 2-2 with Sayonara. So, Dragonudo, there you go.
Hey, that's bad for you and bad for me. Okay, that's 2-2. Yeah. That's even. That's NAU even levels here. Is that what we're gonna get? Are we gonna get a grand finals that's like a 2-2 right at the end? Like 3-3.
Maybe they don't realize that it's Play All 4. It looks like a couple of members are leaving the lobby. We need to get them back in here. This is a Play All 4. Play All 4. Maybe it will be. You know, our grand finals, it's going to be huge because it is a best of 5, best of 3. So we're doing
see,
set
that's what
play.
it is. I was wondering.
Yeah, we're doing set play here. It's a potential for 15 games.
Oh my god.
Just let that sink in.
That's a lot. Whoa. That's what we like to see. That's making the looty side of me go, whoa. You know?
Right?
The more games, the better. That's what we like to see. Oh,
I know.
What? It's gonna come down to endurance, isn't it? Like how much they can play.
Yeah, it will. It certainly will. And I mean, for EU, it gets kind of late. It won't be too late. I believe we're going into that. It should be about 2:30 EST, so that's like 8:30 CET, right?
Yeah.
So
it's about.
Hopefully
we don't have an extermination situation.
Oh man, yeah.
Sorry, I gotta go to bed. The real winner between NAEU is bedtime.
Bedtime.
Parents.
On a Sunday night. Why are you still playing video games?
You gotta go to work tomorrow. Stop.
Yeah. I could actually see that as a thing. But this is for a huge, huge bragging rights. I mean, I think the crown, it sort of stemmed out of some Twitter drama, right?
Yeah.
It was a big controversy. But this has been a long time coming. People have been talking about which is the better region, NA, EU, for a while. I think we're going to settle it today.
And it's always been the same, you know, EU, better region, but NA just won't shut up. And we get tournaments like this happening because NA decide, hey, we can prove that we're better than them using one tournament. And we're going to see EU stomp and say, no, EU's better. Shush.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Absolutely. I think we're gonna hear it. We're gonna have one, and I don't think it's gonna be EU is better shush. I think it's gonna be NA is better shush. But
we'll see. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either. Either way, any way it goes, no matter what happens, I am just really, really excited.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a good tournament. We already saw some good matches yesterday. We're gonna have better matches today.
We are.
And we're gonna have heated matches. We're gonna have prize pools, and you can donate to that prize pool. ! Donate if you want to give some money towards those teams who are representing your region and doing so well.
Yeah.
Get a bit of a plug in there.
Do it. Donate! Donate if you're financially able, if it's responsible for you to do so. We have such fantastic pots going up, and I'm excited to see what happens. It does look like, in terms of Demise versus XLSX, which I, in my brain, have renamed .extension because, it's XL. Anyway, Demise went 3-1 over them. And Astral went 3-1 over a carrot fish emoji.
I was wondering what you were gonna say, what their name was. I was thinking about it. I was like, what do you say? What did you call it?
No, other people have called about it as but I was like, I told the other TOs last night, I said, if you have me cast them, I'm calling them carrot fish emoji, and that's all it is, because if you watch the rest of that terrible video, apparently the fish becomes sashimi. So
yeah, I've heard it's actually just them feeding it so that they can make it into food itself.
Yeah, it kind of, yeah. So anyway, positive news. We have our totals for donations right now. NA is at 125 USD. EU is at 154 USD. So what's going to happen for that is the regional winners are the ones who take home those pots. Isn't that crazy? It gets divided by the 4 teams and sent to each of the teams playing today. So it also allows you, if you donate, whatever your donation is, up to $500, EGTV and GSM will match and put that towards the main prize pool, which will go to the winning and the second place teams. So it's a great opportunity to support some of your favorite teams.
Yeah, it's a good way to give them a little bit of a cash infusion, incentivize them to keep playing, and also keep the community alive.
Yes.
That's always what we want. You know, people always say about, oh, Splatoon's dead. It's not dead, and you can prove it.
Absolutely.
Well, anyway, getting into that final game, we got that last one coming on. It's Clan Blitz on Piranha Pit, so we'll see how that one plays out here.
In terms of Clan Blitz, I think this is one that most of the competitive community accepts as a decent map for clams. What do you think?
I'm with you there. I think it's got a good length to it. It's not short. Getting basket scores isn't cheap. You really have to put some effort into those pushes. And people always say they're always 50-50 when it comes to Clan Blitz. Because honestly, I'm with them when they say it feels like Clan Blitz was kind of just shoved onto the maps. Like they didn't make enough changes to make them viable for it. But aside from that, like Piranha Pit does work as a Clan Blitz map, and I think that's why it's been widely adopted, or at least used as one of the default best Clan Blitz maps. And for tournaments with map pools. But we'll see how this plays out. It looks like Polaris do have a clam on the ready, but so do Inc. And it's just been a back and forth the whole time. 2 down now for Polaris, however, and Clam is kind of alone here on the front line with that clam. Obviously, it's like an echolocator. They know where he is, and he'll be prime sniping target for Biscuit.
A couple of people have said how it's like terrible to have four power clams up at the ready, because then the entire team knows where everyone is. But honestly, that terrifies me even more, to see a team that has 4 power clams up. But it's not gonna help Polaris at all, because Dash is able to take out, I don't even know what happened. They take them out, they push forward with that baller, they get the first break right here, and Dash is still alive on that ramp, not quite found out over here.
Shocking. He's been seen. He's running away. Oh, I guess take it down. Okay, he tried. He did. That was a nice little bit of hide and seek there too, because they could have had an opportunity to make some extra power clams and jump in. At this point, 2 power clams and a couple loose ones on the side of Polaris. Did they both just go down? All 3 of them just went down. It's just Xeris alive. I think that was Dash. I'm pretty sure he just picked up like a triple. But don't fact check me on that one, but that's what it looked like, so I'll keep the hype going there. And it's given Inc another opportunity. They lose the power clam holder, and they lose another member, in fact, so potentially not the case, and it's back in Polaris's favor, although he did lose both of those power clams, so that big pushing power is all gone.
Ooh, that's pretty rough. And that trade is not going to be helpful either. And it looks like right now they only have 8 loose clams on the side of Polaris, but 4 loose clams on InControl. So with nobody really staying alive, every time somebody goes down, those clams can disappear that much faster. It's going to be really, really rough to kind of sneak in another push like we saw InControl do earlier.
Oh, Dash picking up a double there with the baller, and opening it up triple, with the baller and a couple taps. He's looking for the 4th. Zaraz takes him out, but that's given Inc the opportunity, and they've opened up that mid area a bit more. They don't have the clams, however, to push in again, so they're just looking at holding that mid and making it harder for Polaris to move around.
I like that call out there on Quake. They knew that they were behind that pillow, and I think it was very smart to pick them off as quickly as possible. You know, they're playing a much stronger defense game now that they've realized how sneaky InControl is, and even though they continue to go down, they're coming back up as fast as they can and getting into positions that they're able to hold down for defense as well as they possibly can. They don't quite have the map control that they need in order to push forward, but I think that's only a matter of time.
Yeah, well, that's hopefully what we'll see at the moment. It just seems like I'm seeing trade after trade, and then Dash pops off, and then trade. It just there's just been not much of an opportunity here for either team to push in past that initial attempt from Inc. However, there are 4 members down, and Clown's the only 3 members down. Clown's the only one left in the field, and Inc have another opportunity to extend the lead, which they sorely need to do. Polaris do have the opportunity to push back in though, and they're all back on the field, so it's back to even fields, back to even playing. It's just been like that this whole game. It's just been back and forth, and nobody's been able to make a significant push on either side.
It certainly has. I think this right here is where it's going to get really iffy. Okay, Pancake does go down to Quake, so that's going to be pretty tough for Polaris. They don't have the person they had in good position. The bubbles come out, the Booyah comes out, able to take one member out, picks up the power clam. You're going the wrong way. Oh no. I don't think that power clam is going to make it to the basket that they want it to go.
Rest in peace, basket. Well, Zara still has the basket, the power clamp. Zara still has the power clamp for the side of Polaris, and so that keeps their hopes alive just a little bit longer. They still need to push in. They have somewhat of an opportunity. They need to get that aggression going. Simo is a wall. He's a tough wall to break. He has that tent. And they only have 25 seconds, still shaky on that, to get in. And they do have the jump, so they're going to be able to jump in. They have the opportunity. This is just going to go their way. That was it.
Yeah. That was really nice. They kind of bided their time. They waited till the last moment. They knew they would get overtime because they had that power clam. They just needed to get into that position. It was wonderful. That reminded me of kind of old clams. You know, when the mode first came out, nobody scored until the very end. In this case, we had like an early on break and then nothing and nothing and nothing.
I feel like the story of clams has come in waves. It's like at the start nobody wanted to score. Then in the middle it was just people running around with brushes and just scoring random clams because they figured it out. And then we had this whole wave of people coming up to X rank just using brushes. And now it's gone back to this sort of in the middle area where some people use the brushes, but people know how to deal with them now.